What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's hot up in here. Oof. Well, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, per usual. So I'm just tapping in, checking in with you all, just seeing how's everybody feeling. Spirits are high. Can't complain. Feeling really good about myself, good about life. Last time I was up here, y'all saw me up here crying. Things got a little vulnerable. But spirits are up. I'm feeling really good. I have a lot of gratitude right now. I'm just in a really good space, you know, and hopefully give you some encouragement as well on your journey, because life is quite the journey, right? Y'all know last video, I was an emotional wreck. I was going through just like purging, different emotions and behavior patterns and thought processes, and just, I was growing. And that was documented in real time, like me processing it. And so, what I could say for certain, what has changed since that video, which was 2 months ago, is that my energy's better, right? I was in the midst of a breakthrough. Like, I was trying to break a cycle, and I was feeling overwhelmed, but also I think I was just feeling like, what's the word? I was feeling not just overwhelmed, but like discouraged, almost like I couldn't do it, because I just kept screwing up, right? I kept making the same mistake, right? And so now, after that video, I continue to push forward. And now, 2 months later, I feel really good. I got a lot of clarity, right? So I have a lot of clarity. And the biggest takeaway is that when you take yourself out of situations you don't belong in, and you do it genuinely and wholeheartedly, like, you don't do it with confliction or conviction, right? It's like you do it and you genuinely want to, and there's nothing that will stop you, and you maintain, keeping your space, keeping yourself safe and out of communication and out of those spaces, you will start to feel a lot better about yourself and about life. Sometimes we could just be in toxic environments, and when we're in those places or spaces or around those people, we are not our best selves. And, so for me, the biggest takeaway is just like recognizing my energy right now, right? 2 months since that situation, like recognizing my energy right now, and recognizing that, like, I'm such a better version of myself right now. Like, I like how I feel right now. I like myself right now in this moment. And it's a constant reminder to say no to anything that doesn't make me feel like this, right? Like, anything that feels familiar, or like, familiar to something that shouldn't exist in my life. It's an immediately no, right? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not repeating cycles. I'm not repeating the same bad behaviors. No, immediately no, and, I think that's what the most exciting part of, like, the process is, this part of it. For me, coming out on this side of it, where I am right now, has to be the most exciting part of the process, because it's the part of the process where, like, for me anyway, right, I have so much clarity. I see through all the BS, and it's like no nonsense, right? Like, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a good time. Ain't no pressure, but I have boundaries. I do have my hard stops. I do have my deal breakers. I do have things in place that will protect me from things like the past ever happening to me again. So right now, I'm just enjoying, the space that I'm in. The ability to see myself has been a gift. Obviously, naturally, I still struggle to see myself the way, my loved ones see me. And I don't think that's a problem. I think naturally you're never going to be able to see yourself the way others see you. What's most important is how you see yourself, right? So like, my loved ones always tell me like, I wish that they would always say to me, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. Like they would always say that. I wish you could see yourself the way we see you, And I always, I wish I could see myself the way y'all see me too, through y'all eyes as well. Like I really wonder, you know. But the people in my life that I do keep close, hold me to a high regard and a high standard, to make sure that, and because of that, I'm just recognizing how important it is, like hold myself to a high standard as well. Hold myself in high regard, you know, and I think when we coming out of things, and when you are reflecting on it, that it helps you to value yourself more as well, because you be looking back like, yo, what was I thinking? How did I let that happen? And it makes you, it pumps your chest up a little, right? Like it makes you recognize like, yo, this ain't that. Like, no, And so right now, the space I'm in is just like, honoring myself, honoring my time, my boundaries, you know, just just really like locked in with myself and God. And so at this juncture, anyone who I allow to be in my space, anyone that I allow into my energy right now has to know that it is a luxury. It is a privilege to be in my energy, in my space, right now. If I let you in my energy, in my space right now, at this time, you gotta honor it and you gotta respect it, because it's cold out there without me. It's cold out there without me. I think that's also a clarity that, came into fruition for me, that it's like it's real cold out there without me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's real cold out there without me. So, you know, I am covered, and so in return, I cover those in my life and around me, my friends, my family. A lot of people are protected through their connection to me divinely. So knowing that, knowing your power, knowing my power is just so important that I don't let certain people around me. I'm real cautious now and paying close attention now, but not like hyper vigilant, like I'm super cool, I'm super calm, I'm super open, right? Like still open for love and fun and excitement and new relationships and new friendships and new experiences, you know, just being more aware, paying attention to like, the energy around me, who I let in. Like, like I said, if it feels like something that it shouldn't be, that's a wrap. If I'm being treated in any way that doesn't align with me, like that just makes me feel not good about myself, done. Like I have to pay attention. And if there's any type of energy that just make me feel like a lesser version of myself when certain people are in my life or around me, that's a wrap. If I'm in any place or space where I don't feel good or I don't feel comfortable, that's a wrap. Like I'm just more cautious, and so I'm excited. I'm excited because things definitely just feel a lot better. I feel I'm just a lot stronger, coming out of those experiences. When you going, like in that last video, like I was breaking down, but that's because I was breaking through. That shit is tough to break, but when you break through, you're a whole different person. Like you're just a whole different person. I'm definitely much more self-aware, socially aware. You know, I'm just peeping. I'm peeping the signs. I'm peeping the energy. I'm peeping it all. Like, okay, bet. More importantly, it's like, also learning yourself, right? Like in this time, in this experience, I've learned so much about me. One of the biggest things, I've always known it to a degree, but I really fully understand it now. That I am an empath, like to the highest degree, an empath through and through. And because of that, I have to protect myself. empaths can't cohabitate with certain people. Like we just cannot be friends with, romantic with, like certain energies, like certain characters just don't align, right? Because as an empath, I used to feel like it was a curse, and I used to talk to God and be like, God, why'd you make me like this? Like cry to God because I would be like, I'm so sensitive and just so like I feel for people, complete strangers. I just feel so deeply all the time. But as I'm getting, I was about to say older, but I'm also learning to say getting wiser, because just because someone's getting older does not mean they're getting wiser. So as I get more wiser, I do recognize that being an empath is a luxury. It is a gift because I get to feel like I have a soul, like, and I get to feel so deeply, like to love so deeply, like to feel love and give love. Like, man, that is a luxury to have, because there are some soulless people out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, soulless. So, like I said, as I'm getting wiser, I'm just starting to appreciate more about myself. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, as you're growing, as you're evolving, really start learning what you love about yourself, what you like about yourself, like learning to appreciate yourself. Like, I could list a few things I love about myself. And I would say a year ago, I couldn't do this. And now, and what I love most too are, I feel like these things are not surface level, right? So like, number one, I love that I'm self-aware and socially aware, like being self-aware, like knowing what's going on with me, recognizing my mindset, my thought pattern, just like being accountable, holding myself accountable, like just really self-aware, like knowing what's up. Like, and then the socially aware part is so important. That is evolution for me, because it is so important to like know what's going on around you. Like, pick up on social cues, like how you carry it and carry yourself in like group settings or around other people. And I also think that my social awareness is so high because of the fact that I'm an empath. Because empaths, we can feel what's going on around us and feel other people's energies and things of that nature. Like we can feel when something's not right in the room. And I think that helps a lot with my social awareness, just picking up on social cues. When I think about my past, I can think of some like very cringy moments. And for me, like I would be embarrassed now, like of some of the behaviors or the mindsets I had, some of the things I did. So yeah, I'm that's evolution. I'm just right now working and staying focused on like evolving and growing, like my mindset, behavior patterns, things like that, making sure I'm not going backwards, not getting sucked into negativity or darkness. And so just taking my time, right? Like even that, it got to a moment at one point where I felt like something was wrong, like I wasn't doing enough, or like just something was missing. And then recently, the other day, I was like, no, girl, that's just peace. Like you at peace, you're not used to peace. Like you're used to chaos. Like, no, we're just peaceful. And it started to almost become foreign. Like peace was becoming more and more foreign because I was in so much chaos. So yeah, I'm just like, okay, I get it now. I'm understanding. And so I'm settled. I'm open, but like even to dating, but not just anybody, like again, standards, boundaries, you know, how that person, pursues me and engages with me and interacts with me will determine. But yeah, overall, I would say I'm doing well. And if I could give any advice or encouragement for people that might still be in that dark space, number one, look at me. Go back a video or two and then come back here. That's number one. And see that it is possible, that I'm not a unicorn. If I can break through, you can break through. That's number one. And number two, the biggest thing is just like at some point, you're going to have to choose yourself. At some point, you have to be more important to you. You know, at some point, you are going to have to make a decision about who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do, and if whatever's happening at the time in your life or around you does not align with that, you're going to have to make a decision. So I would just say, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling depressed, if you feel like you're in darkness, remember that your mind is stronger than all of that. But you have to believe it yourself. Like, you got to believe it yourself. Like, but know your mind is stronger. I am on the other side of this because my mind is strong. Even though it was fighting for my life. I was fighting for my life and just going through a lot mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I kept pushing forward and just readjusting mentally, shifting my mindset every day. I just didn't give up. I did not give up. So that's what I would encourage for anybody. Just don't give up no matter what's going on in your life. Do not give up, and stay the course. Don't go back. Don't go backwards. And that was my biggest issue, is that I kept going back. Like, it kept going backwards. And every time you go backwards, you just keep setting yourself back. And I think that all of this whole process has just been really good for me, because it really allowed me in my self-awareness now to see, like, what's what. Like, okay, when you do this, this is what happened. And you feel like this, and you think like this, and you operate like this, and all these type of things start happening. Right? When you do like this be going on and that be going on, and you be feeling like this, and these things start coming your way. Like, it's different over here. It's definitely better over here. Let's keep going forward and stop going backwards, So, and that's just with all things in life, no matter what it is. If it's something that you yourself have control over, you have to take control. Like, if it's something that's not going to stop happening, or not going to get better, or not going to change unless you decide to, then you better take control over your life and try to make it sooner than later. Try not to drag it out. Try not to let it take so long that it, sets you back tremendously, and you have to work so hard to, like, get out of it. You know what I mean? So that would be my encouragement, my words of encouragement, my advice to anyone going through anything. Stay the course and don't go backwards. Overall, I got a couple bruises, but I'm not broken. And that is my silver lining. Got a couple bruises, but I am not broken. So keep that in mind when you're going through things. Hey, might be rough, it might be tough, might have got banged up a little bit, might have got a couple bruises, but I'm not broken. Like, again, and if you are broken, pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces and put yourself back together, because you are powerful, you are strong enough to do that. If you are a human, you are capable. If you got a soul, you are capable. If you can feel, you are capable. You got this. You got this. So anyway, y'all, I don't have much more to share, much more to offer at this time. Just wanted to tap in with a little update and a little few words of encouragement. And I hope that this reaches those who it's supposed to. If it does reach you and it aligns with you, please tap it in the comments. Share your thoughts. Give your tips. Give your advice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my channel.